sitting beneath Tightwad Hill, California Memorial Stadium in Berkeley. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. It's the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Cal Golden Bears. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the Golden Bears head coach. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They give it back to him. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
Songo Politelli. Here comes the heat. He sacked this defense all over him.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
Wants to go up top on second down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Makes the grab. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
I mean, the great news is you just came up with a huge completion on third down, but the bad news is you're still miles away from picking up this first because of how poor you were first and second down. Moving forward in this game, the offense has got to do a better job early in the drive to at least give them a chance to have some success.
Motion from the wide receiver. Fourth down, Songo Politelli. Left side is Napier. A terrific play to keep him from getting to the chains and forcing the turnover on downs. So Wake Forest offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And now here comes Peyton Lewis. He's one of the top runners in the sport, and certainly they'll go to him early and often. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. And the Golden Bears, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Running inside. It's Hawkins. There he goes. Got some room into the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on fourth down? They got it, kept the drive alive, they end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hold and finds his man on the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
On the run, it's Lewis. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
RPO complete. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And the Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Golden Bear offense ready to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Jaron Kiave Songopolitelli fires left. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
Songopolitelli from the gun on 3rd down. Out wide right, it's Perry. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Golden Bears with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throwing Songopolitelli. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Songopolitelli. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Rush is on. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Grab behind the line. It's Davis. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Lopez. Extending the play. Going to try to get it himself. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Drag down. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
Tight end finds a soft spot. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. Looking for the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks. first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
The Demon Deacons have their offense in high gear. Lets it develop. It's Lewis. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get more?
Touchdown, Demon Deacons! Made the grab in the end zone. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around.
Wide open on the right. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Golden Bears. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll go to the counter. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the second and short, and those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves against the pass, and now forcing a third down.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up for it.
And the Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Golden Bears sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today.
Makes a grab and room to run. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that's a really good throw by this QB, man. Seeing the crossing routes, putting it on his chest so he can keep running across the field, get those yards after the catch. Nice job being on the same page with QB and receiver.
Right side, it's Hawkins. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Songapolatelli on the play action. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Perry. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Golden Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. JKS. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Cal. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback, receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Oh, he's got some space. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Cal! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And they did tack on the extra point. They make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact, but they do in situations like that.
Number 33 sets a kickoff.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Wake Forest ready to get things going as the offense is on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
Throwing, Lopez. Under pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's stopped. Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Lopez wants to fire. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down. The Demon Deacons use their 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 left. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The run inside. It's Lewis. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. The Demon Deacons come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's down right there, short gain on the grab. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Look out! Hit as he throws. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Sangopolitelli. Left side, it's Napier. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Timeout taken now by the Golden Bears. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Golden Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Turning it on at the 30. Past the 10, and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Jaron Kiave Sangopolitelli. Out wide left, it's Thomas. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Delayed give, it's Hawkins. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors. The Golden Bears will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Guys, I did catch up with the Demon Deacons head coach at the half. They have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the 3rd quarter, gain some momentum here, and change the course of this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
And he's brought down after a short gain. And the Demon Deacons moving quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
If
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Here's Lopez to throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Golden Bears. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. A designed run for the quarterback. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Caught in the backfield. It's Carr. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Demon Deeks. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And the point after is good. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Throwing Sangapolatelli. Out wide right, it's Perry. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Long way to go on second down. Looking to throw. They're all over him. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
From the gun, third down, Gio Lopez. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Now the lead is down to 11.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Breaks into the open. He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Turns out it's Hawkins. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. JKS. Looking deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
He can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Lopez to pass. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Incomplete. That one batted away at the line of scrimmage.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Golden Bear offense ready to start this drive. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be 2nd and 9. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They'll move the wide receiver. Songapolatelli. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Second and long here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Jaron Kiave Songapolatelli. Left side is Thomas. Nice tackle there. This free safety coming in like a heat-seeking missile and stopping him a yard short of the first down. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese, 4th and short, that means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
He'll set up to throw. Right side, it's Hawkins. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Lopez. Release to the back. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Lopez wants to fire. Rush right in his face. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
They're in the gun on 3rd down. It's Lopez. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And his passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations,
look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Lopez to throw for it on 4th. At the 35, he's open. Oh, he's got some space. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium's...
Lets it fly. Got it inside the 10. And he scores. Touchdown, Wade.
This is why so many teams go play action. They try to freeze guys in the back end, work on their eye discipline, get them to bite a little bit. Nice job on the play fake. Nice job bombs away, putting air underneath it, and making the big touchdown pass.
And the extra point was good. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. And the returner will be brought down. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Guys, on Cal's sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Sangapolatelli, play action. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throwing, Sangapolatelli. Out wide right, it's Thomas. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Golden Bears will punt this one away. Oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it for the up man. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Running behind that left side. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive.
Great awareness by that defender that time. Seeing the ball thrown, getting his big paw, knocking it down, and now you set up 2nd down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Throwing, Lopez. Out wide left, it's Davis. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Lopez to the air again. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 18.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
They'll give it to him again. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Demon Deacons use their second timeout. They'll have one left. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Golden Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Turning it on. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Wake calls a timeout, and they have no more to use. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. He's past the sticks. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Cal. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest ready to get things going as the offense is on the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Hold and fire complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. I know you want to take what the defense gives you, but at this point you have to push the ball downfield a little more, David.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Check the football down. That's what they're going to give you, but we need scores. Down multiple scores, got to push the ball down the field take more chances.
He's got it. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. The Demon Deacons want to crank the tempo. From the gun on third down, Lopez. Reels it in. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. They'll try to snap it quickly. Again, it's Lopez. On the move and looking deep.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Here's Lopez to throw. This time it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. As they come to the line on third and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Lopez to pass. Finds his big tight end. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the goal.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. He wants a big play here late. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fourth down, Lopez. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Golden Bears sideline, there is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong. The coaches told us he gets stronger as the game goes on. We'll see how much longer they keep him out there. With a big lead, he has been brilliant so far today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout call just before the delay of game. Now the brain trust will go to work on both sidelines. Motion from the wide receiver. Maybe a double pass. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
You know, defenders have to really understand body positioning and where the football's coming from, and great job understanding that, getting in the way of the route, knocking the ball down, batting it away, making a good play for that defense.
He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Rush is on. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already is.
They fake it again. Pretty soon you keep faking it. It's not really a fake. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. It's a long shot, I know, but you have to keep fighting till the bitter end, Jesse.
But they call it a long shot for a reason, because they've still...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the Demon Deacons want to move quickly. Lopez. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
And he knocked through the extra point, but that just made the loss a little less ugly, and the game is over. You just have to keep your composure in the clutch. A personal foul in overtime is just hard to explain. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way.